My name is Peter Coate, and I'm going to be your moderator for the next 8 weeks or 7 weeks from here on out. And we're going to bring in different guest speakers, attorneys, and we're going to be talking about your estate. Not mine, yours. So, who's brought their wallet? Who brought their balance sheet? We'll let the wealthiest person in the room speak first. It's talking about estate planning involves money, intrigue, death. What do you think the cost of dying is? You're going to be dead, you don't care. It's the first time you really don't care what the cost is, right? Yeah. No matter what you do, how you prepare, it's somewhere between 3 to 5% of your total net worth. It's a big business. It involves attorneys, funeral homes, insurance, brokerage firms, real estate agents, family. Lots of folks are involved. High emotions, and it's lots of intrigue, and we can read about that. And as far as some of the major wealthy families, what happens with a large amount of money. The first thing that you ought to be asking yourself, for those individuals who don't know me, is why is this fella up here talking to us about our estate? What would be kind of your first question that you should have in your mind as to if anybody talks about your money? Huh? Qualifications? Yeah, I would probably ignore qualifications, at least initially, but I would go with what she just said. What are you selling? Why are you doing this? What is your motivation? And that's how you quickly ought to try to gather that, because you probably in Newport Beach, you can go at least once a week to a free lunch or a free dinner somewhere, right? So what do they sell at those free lunches and free dinners? Well, not really. They don't really sell themselves, although all of them are very charming and personable and likable.
Very nice guys.
Very nice guys. And you know I am. So what do they sell? Product. Yes. What kind of products? Annuities. What kind of annuities? Indexed annuities. Okay? The hottest thing on the market right now. They basically tell you that you can't lose. We'll take the lose if the market goes down. We'll take the losses, and if the market goes up, you'll get the gains. Probably average commission is about 15%. Average sale is about $100,000. How many do we have in this room here? God, I'm in the wrong business. Probably out of a room like this, about 10 to 15 people will sign up. So $100,000 is an average investment. Let's say we have 10 people times 15,000. How much is that?
150.
150,000. You can afford to buy a free lunch or a free dinner. They should serve actually vintage wine for that much money. Okay? Okay, some do, yeah, but they should. So, what am I selling? I'm here and I'm being paid by the charitable organizations. We have charitable organizations that are sponsors. What do the charitable organizations want from you?
Your money.
Your money, okay? Do you know anybody, now come on, be honest, do you know anybody who does not want your money? Family, spouse, kids, church, temple, alumni?
Years ago, my mother did not.
Years ago, your mother wouldn't want your money. Yeah, my mother doesn't want my money either. She goes, you leave me alone. I'm independent. I do not want to depend on you. Yeah, it's so if you come with the premise that everybody wants your money, including me, by the way. I'm no angel. Mother Teresa was not my mother. And but we're going to do it fairly. And what I mean by fairly is that the charitable organizations want your money, but what they've done is that they've paid me to be here. So I've already been paid. So whether or not you donate or not donate, it makes no difference. What I promised the charitable organizations is that I would make Warren Buffetts out of all of you. What has Warren Buffett done? Yeah, and the charities believed me. You know, we're not all Warren Buffetts, but for those individuals who are sophisticated financially and educated, they know that they can't take the money with them. Is there anybody here who could disagree with that? But there is a lot of alternatives in the law that you can keep your tax dollars that you would ordinarily have to pay in taxes. You can keep here in the community through charitable organizations. In fact, you can even through a community foundation, and that's why the community foundation put together all these nice packets and the material. You can create your own charity for less than $10,000 through a donor advised fund, and we'll learn more about that later. So you can even start your own charitable organization, have your kids run it or grandkids run it. The kids are no good, right? The grandkids are wonderful. Okay? But that's a possibility with tax dollars. The thing of it is that the taxes have the default position. And what I mean by that, you do nothing, you pay the taxes. And it gets, bless you. One more? Usually they come in threes. It takes it to the default position. You do nothing, you pay the tax. And you have to do something in order to avoid it. And it gets very complex. Okay? And we're going to talk about that. We've got a whole session on charitable planning. And I recommend that you attend whether or not you have a philanthropic bone in your body. Okay? Because it may financially pay off for you and your kids. So that's one. I am paid. Two is I'm a private fiduciary. Does anybody know what that means? Private fiduciary? Nope? Okay. If we keep it a secret. There are 38 of us here in Orange County, and we are licensed private fiduciaries, which means fiduciary in the law means that you have the highest duty owed to another individual. And I serve as a successor trustee, as an agent for a durable power of attorney, an agent for the Advanced Healthcare Directive, and the executor or personal administrator in a person's will. And so I have the highest duty owed to the family to behave properly. In other words, to treat them first above my own interest, to be fair to everyone, etc. And so I can tell people I am a wonderful individual and I'm great. Nobody would believe me. But if you see me here for 8 weeks, my personality, what I know, what I don't know, how I behave, how I interact, it gives you a little better clue if you were in need of a private fiduciary that you may consider me. So it's to my business advantage to present this course. That's number 2 reason. Number 3 reason, or it could be number 1 reason, is that I was going to call this workshop series called It's Your Death. But I didn't think anybody would come. You know? My father, he died about 12 years ago now. And he was in the intensive care unit for about a month and a half. And we didn't have any of the documents done. We didn't have a conversation. And so I have 3 sisters who are wonderful most times. But in an intense situation like that, everybody has their own opinion as to what they think another individual wants. And consequently, we weren't united, and we could not speak to my father because he was intubated. And so for a month and a half, we went through hell. And I wouldn't want anybody else to go through anything like that. And so this motivated me to put the workshop series together because I was already doing the It's Your Money workshop, which we'll talk about a little bit, and to talk about the Advanced Healthcare Directive and how important it is. And we're going to discuss it in detail. I usually ask this question later, but let me ask it now. Has anybody spent more than 10 minutes with their healthcare agent? Those individuals who have attended a previous class better say yes. Have you spent more than 10 minutes with your healthcare agent as to what you want?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. Please do. It's a difficult topic to discuss, and we usually recommend a bottle of wine from Trader Joe's. It's not expensive. And to get that conversation started. But you need to discuss it. And so we're going to spend an hour and a half on the Advanced Healthcare Directive, on conservatorship. Because if you do nothing and you get dementia, or you need somebody to really help you out, conservatorship may be your only alternative. And that's not a good alternative. Right now, the courts are absolutely swamped. Swamped. We had a probate case that we were ready to close on in January. We filed all the necessary paperwork. When do you think our court date was to be heard? May 10th. So that's almost 3 months just to get into court. You know, the fastest rising crime here in Orange County is financial elder abuse. Committed by whom? Your family members, not mine. The typical profile is 42-year-old white male living with mom. Now, does that mean every 42-year-old white male living with mom is an elder abuser? No. But that is the typical profile. So, and the economic times, it's getting worse, not better, you know? And so mortgages are having problems. So a lot of times families are coming into the situation where they're taking care of the parents and the kids at the same time. And they're trying to juggle mortgages and finances. And it is a predatory world out there. You know, it really is.